Biden could become one of the most powerful presidents in history. How is this all possible? Well, it's almost entirely because of a surprising July 25th twist that hardly anyone's talking about right now. A powerful new economic force is quietly building behind Joe Biden, and Biden can harness this force's inevitable ways, carrying him to a landslide re-election win. The good news is that this powerful new force can help you make a lot of money, even in a bear market. The bad news is that this July 25th twist is also likely to make Biden and the progressives more powerful than ever, meaning much bigger government, and it's going to be harder than ever to hold on to any money you make. After being asked to speak at the Pentagon recently in Washington, D.C., this insider put together an analysis of this situation, which details everything you need to know. You can access his full brand new analysis free of charge by visiting BidenElection100.com. BidenElection100.com. Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health Sacramento will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 916-277-8599. That's 916-277-8599. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
There's always time for the drive-thru deal. Because no matter how fast you are at making breakfast, McDonald's is faster. Enjoy your favorite McDonald's breakfast today. Like right now, mix and match a sausage McMuffin, sausage burrito, or hash brown. Today, two for just $3.99. Complete the meal and add a $2 medium iced coffee. Price and participation may vary. Single item or regular price cannot be combined with any other offer. Now at Hall's Window Center, get $150 off per window and $500 off per patio door. I'm Kitty O'Neill, a real Hall's customer.
We were very pleased with the outcome and the service that Hall provided.
Visit hallswindowcenter.com today. KFBK Sacramento, KFM, all kinds of news, traffic, and weather.
KFBK, Sacramento's News Radio, 93.1 FM, 1530 AM. It is top of the hour. We got the debrief coming your way in about a minute or so. Good morning, I'm Sam Shea.
I'm Christina Mendoza. This morning, Republicans at the Capitol are calling on Governor Newsom to recuse himself on all decisions regarding Silicon Valley Bank. It's been reported Newsom and his family have had extensive dealings with the bank and likely have money tied up in the bank, as well as lobby the federal government to save the bank.
There's also a new report from the Business Insider reporting that Governor Newsom actively lobbied the White House to bail out Silicon Valley Bank after it collapsed. California law bans officials from influencing decisions in which they have a financial interest. Let's get up on the roads right now and check in with Roy Mello.
This report sponsored by Gilmore Heating, Air, and Plumbing. Got some closures in the downtown area. The Sacramento Police Department assisting federal authorities in the area of I Street and 6th Street regarding suspicious circumstances. Right now, multiple street closures, including I Street between 4th and 7th Street. Also closes 8th Street between 5th and 7th. I Street also closed northbound traffic into the area. We'll keep you updated on this throughout the morning. When you call Gilmore Heating, Air, and Plumbing, you'll always get more with Gilmore. Right now, save $125 on any water heater replacement by Gilmore Heating, Air, and Plumbing. Schedule online today at GilmoreAir.com. Traffic on the 10s every 10 minutes, mornings and afternoons. Roy Mello, KFBK News Radio, 93.1 FM, 1530 AM.
A couple of dry days ahead, starting off sunny today with highs around 62 to 66 degrees. Then we're partly cloudy overnight, low 38 to 42. I'm AccuWeather's meteorologist Jeff Nordine on KFBK, Sacramento's News Radio.
Time for the debrief. Featured clip 705 this morning from Senator John Kennedy, Republican Louisiana, saying where were the regulators as the banks were failing. He took to the floor of the U.S. Senate to talk more about the failures and his concerns about the lack of regulation.
We also heard from Governor Newsom on all the storms that have been happening recently, and he has tied it to climate change, as he did with the wildfires that happened a couple of years ago.
Yes, and the statistics would suggest otherwise, that climate change does not necessarily mean more storms and heavy snowfall. We're going to have more on that, by the way, coming from our podcast. We're going to roll out some more numbers for you if you want to join us later. this morning or today throughout the day at iHeartRadio app.
We also had an interesting segment from Sheriff Jim Cooper, who joined former Sheriff John McGinnis, who has a show here on KFBK, and the two talked about shoplifting in the area and retailers that are reluctant to press charges even when a suspect is located and stolen items are recovered.
We rolled out sound this morning from a conservative speaker, Charlie Kirk, who was at UC Davis on Tuesday night giving a presentation there. There were violent protests that broke out, and he has now indicated on his program that he may file a lawsuit against both the Sacramento Bee and the Chancellor of UC Davis, Gary May.
We also talked about the reparations meeting this week in San Francisco. Heard from a Board of Supervisor member that is for reparations and his reasons why, and discussed the cost, which, comes out to about $600,000 per non-black family in San Francisco.
Okay. So we're going to wrap up the show right now. We're heading up to record our podcast. If you want to listen to it, you go to iHeartRadio app. You go to the search box, you type in KFBK, Straight Talk, Christina Mendoza, and Sam Shane, and you can listen later today.
Yes, thanks so much for being here. I'm Christina Mendoza.
Have a great day. I'm Sam Shane.
Breaking news, local news, traffic and weather. Trusted for 100 years. KFBK, Sacramento's news radio.
Mendoza here. I just wanted to take a moment to talk about my experiences with UC Davis Health. They cared for me during both of my pregnancies, a breast cancer scare, and I couldn't have asked for better doctors. UC Davis Health has always been there to provide the care and treatment I needed to get back on my feet. With over 150 specialties, personalized everyday care, convenient telehealth services, and wellness programs, UC Davis Health truly has everything you need to stay healthy. There are 17 UC Davis primary care clinics throughout the Sacramento region. Find a doctor you can trust at choosehealth.ucdavis.edu. Take your home from ordinary to extraordinary with Portapassy Tile and Stone. Portapassy's huge selection of stone, porcelain, and glass, coupled with over 60 years of experience in high-end design, makes your home improvement dream a reality. Visit your showroom in Sacramento. Portapassy Tile and Stone.
You've heard the saying, penny wise, pound foolish, right? It means you do something that will save you a little bit right now, just pennies. But that ends up costing you pounds in the end. People put off tuning up their furnace because they don't want to take the time or spend the money to get it done. But it only takes 90 minutes and costs just $87, which is just pennies compared to the huge problems and expenses that can rack up if you don't get your furnace tuned up. You'll also save money on your energy bills, and your system will last longer. So don't be penny wise and pound foolish. Call Bell Brothers for a precision tune-up and professional cleaning today. Our number is 916-444-1234, or find us online at thenosurpriseguys.com. Thursday, everybody, it's time for the Clay Travis and Buck Sexton show. My buddy Clay giving us the updates from Italy, having a great time on vacation with the family. He'll be back with us next week, so you're rocking out with me today, tomorrow, solo. We have so much to discuss. I'm excited about it. Some of it's not particularly good news, but it's news. Stuff you need to know. And then there's a whole lot of politics, national security analysis that we'll be getting into. Some wokeness. Much to discuss here. All right, let's start with where we're heading. First Republic Bank shares plunged 35% today as Goldman Sachs, the massive investment bank, perhaps the most powerful investment bank in the world, says a recession warning should be flashing for everybody right now. Yeah, not a shock. That was something that I wanted to just bring to your attention because the banks, you got yelling, you got people going out there saying, just don't panic. You got to keep your composure. And I don't know how many of these banks got on the wrong side of the interest rate issue and got into either mortgages that they bought as investments or even treasury bonds. We'll be looking at that, my friends. You also have Ron DeSantis announcing that we, in the state of Florida, are going to be enacting constitutional carry. Points on the board, my friends. This is really what you're going to see playing out in this Republican primary. Ron DeSantis, assuming he runs, and we are all assuming at this point that he's going to run, is going to be the I get stuff
it says is not a good idea. And affirming whatever they tell you is actually not how you parent well. Biden, by the way, is demanding that TikTok be sold or will be banned. So that is, I'm sorry, I said Montana, I meant Minnesota. Whoops. The lieutenant governor of Minnesota. There we go. And also, we have a Sunny Austin here telling us that she hasn't been to a grocery store in 3 years because of COVID. Oh, and a guy on a plane, a wealthy fellow on a plane, a tech tycoon, offered a woman $100,000. $100,000 to just take her mask off for the duration of the flight. It's gone viral. Not all heroes wear capes. They certainly don't wear masks. This guy is pretty funny. We'll talk about that in just a little bit. I wanted to start, though, with an update on the drone situation from yesterday. It is remarkable how quickly... First, let me tell you what the news is on this, and then we can get into a bit more of the why does this matter? Where is it taking all of us? So, you had the Secretary of Defense, Lloyd Austin, while we were on air yesterday, and I brought you a little bit of the commentary or the statement that he made, and also Chairman Milley talking about what happened with this drone. It turns out our pilot caller yesterday, we had a fighter pilot call in and say, you probably could, a drone is quite fragile, and you probably could clip it with a Russian Sukhoi fighter aircraft and bring it down. It looks like that is, as of now at least, what happened. There's actually video of it. Pretty remarkable. It makes sense, though, right? There's a drone. The drone has surveillance cameras. The whole point of the drone is to be stopped and pick up measurements, right? It's surveillance from. So there's video of the plane basically like it's planned right into or near enough the drone and then blowing it down. So that's the update on it. It was interesting though because yesterday you had Joint Chiefs Chairman Mark Milley when he was asked about whether this downing of the drone was an act of war. He did not want to give any definitive statement on it. Like, I can tell you with certainty though that we have. So we no longer have the kind of relationship with Russia where, yeah, of course, all this stuff is true. She, meaning Xi Jinping, is a thug. I mean, a lot of these governments that we have to. What do we think of the Saudi regime? Not exactly democratically elected, is it? Right? There are plenty of authoritarians we have to do business with, that we have to work with. And we do so because it is ultimately in the interest of the American people. Because that is what we care about. I don't know, you can even say it is an America First perspective. Isn't it fascinating that Donald Trump was able to turn around the phrase America First was a pejorative. You know, it was America First. You take it all the way back, and people talk about Charles Lindbergh, but even to use the phrase America First, isolationist, and worse than that, isolationist and worse. But hold on, that's the most succinct way to put the mentality that we should have in this country when we're looking at American foreign policy and interests, which is what is to the benefit of the American people. That's step one. Sure, there are other considerations. We want to be, a kind and just and good people and good stewards of the environment and good neighbors to the rest of the world. All of that, yes, of course. But priority number one. But what's fascinating is that Democrats, in part because of the Russia collusion delusion and their irrational hatred of Russia, they no longer can see the ups and downs of this. It's just Russia is the bad guy. We have to do anything we can to crush Putin and the Kremlin, and that is our first priority. I mean, you sit there and you say, well, hold on a second. How did we get to that point? I keep talking to conservatives about this issue, including a lot of veterans, and one thing that we all seem to agree on is the Ukrainian people, they were invaded, it's wrong, what Russia's done is awful, we're rooting for Ukraine to be able to fight, but we also want to at least be able to have a conversation about, one, how much of this is supposed to be U.S. funded and backed. Hey, we might be heading into a recession, folks, not just according to me, according to Goldman Sachs, and pretty much everybody who's paying attention. And you may be struggling to pay your bills. Biden wants to raise your taxes. We all know this. Oh, it'll just be for the fat cats. When has that ever been true? It's never true. Biden wants to make it so that you have less money to spend because he knows how to spend your money better, and that includes spending $100 billion a year on the war in Ukraine. You might start to think, hold on a second, is that really in the primary interest? Well, what matters more to the American people? That you can pay your rent, or that we are sending enough Javelin missiles to Ukraine? I think that's a fair conversation. I have people say, oh, we can walk and chew gum at the same time. $100 billion is a lot of money, actually. $100 billion matters, even in U.S. budgetary terms. A year, keep in mind. There is no chance of this conflict ending anytime soon. The people who keep saying, Russia is almost defeated, have said it every 3 months, maybe every 2 months since the beginning of this war, basically. Ever since Russia didn't take Kiev, or Kyiv, as we're now all supposed to call it. So, they've been wrong over and over again. Russia is not about to be exhausted or defeated. That is a fantasy. So can we have a forthright and honest discussion about what are really the interests that we have and how far are we going to go? Well, the answer is no. They want you, just like we saw with COVID and so many other things, they want to silence you. They want to shut you down. You're a Russian stooge. You're a Russian stooge if you question the extent that American tax dollars should go to fund a war thousands of miles away. And when they're asked how this is in the American interest, you have Lloyd Austin, Secretary of Defense, saying something that's very similar to what we've heard from others, Biden, Kamala Harris. It's very vague stuff that sounds like what you hear from somebody in a high school model UN conference about international rule-based order. Wait a second.